everyone. This is Sharon with Entelechy Visions, and this is an energy update for the week of December 9th through December 15th. So we have a lot to cover in this week's update. So we'll see how much we can go over in this report here. We do have the expansive, quickening energy that's already beginning, and I'm sure you are feeling it. Aside from the holiday season and all the busyness that that's bringing, the 2020 energy is already here. It's already seeping in, and the expansion is very palpable. Really moving our lives into a new direction and bringing about some inklings or maybe some hints of opportunities that are right around the corner. 2020 is going to be a huge year, and I know that I've been talking about this in the last several updates, but really driving this point home, and we'll be speaking about this even more as it comes around and also as 2020 finally arrives. It is a very powerful year, not only personally, but on a collective level, for a lot of transformation, a lot of shifts. And with transformation, doesn't necessarily mean that it always has to be challenging or difficult. It can involve some of that, but this year's really bringing a big opportunity for expansion and breakthroughs. That 2019 has really been a year of kind of putting in this grunt work. You may have felt that you are really putting the pedal to the metal, that you've just been toiling endlessly at something, maybe one area of life or multiple areas of life. And it feels like all the work that you've been doing, that not a lot has really taken shape from it. Or even if it has, it feels like you have to put in so much work in order for just a little movement to occur. Or maybe you've been hitting a lot of roadblocks or obstacles that are preventing you from really taking it to that next level of expansion. Well, we had to really do all this groundwork. We really had to put in all of the details and all of the foundation in order to lay that structure, in order to really fuel the energy of our visions, of our goals. Because when we really focus on something and we pour our intention, we pour our actions and our energy into something, we are fueling it. We are really filling that dream. We're filling that vision with our light, with our energy. And what that's doing is it's growing it, it's expanding it. And even if you felt that this year has just been so challenging and you've just done so much work and it hasn't really shown the effects of all that you've done, know that 2020 is more of that tangible manifestation and that uncovering of the results of all that you have put in. So you may feel a little weary and exhausted as this year is completing because of this grunt work that you've put in, because of all that you've been through. Because as we've put in a lot of the work, we've also been doing that self-work combined with the actions. So it's been a lot of inner uncovering as well as that outward acting on things. So there's been a lot of energy that's been spent in both areas. So you may feel that a little exhaustion or tired from all that you've been through. But know that these results are going to be bubbling up in the new year. We are moving into many, many alignments that are going to pair with the sign of Capricorn throughout the entire year of 2020. And Capricorn is the sign of really getting things done, really moving things into responsibilities and professionalism. Capricorn is all about that sign of adulting and really having all of the pieces of our lives in line in a very structured kind of way. And even though that sounds kind of boring, or, kind of like we have to do our homework and file the papers and do all the things that need to be done, this is paired also with a lot of success and a lot of growth and abundance. So we're reaching a point where we'll now step through these doorways of things really becoming tangible, of all that we have put towards now finally rising up and showing that we have put in the work for a reason, for these things to really start materializing for our lives. So with this experience, this will be a lot easier to share our mission now. The foundations that we have been building for these last several years are now going to be breaking free and rising up. And it's almost like we are like a little chicken inside of an egg right now. And there's this sense that we're ready to break through. We're ready to break free from this egg that we've been incubating. We've been nourishing ourselves and building and growing and evolving. And now the egg can no longer withstand us. Now the egg can no longer hold the evolved version of who we have become. So you may feel this sense of this readiness, this anticipation, ready to break free, ready to expand. So we're in that point right now where we're ready to move towards this breakthrough of breaking out of this egg that has held us, because it's time to evolve into this new version of ourselves and to really step into these new roles and these new offerings. Even if it is something that we have been pining for and anticipating, it's time to really step into it now. This week, we also have a full moon on the 12th. And this full moon is the final full moon of this year. It's also the final full moon before we have the eclipse season occurring at the end of this month. And this is a very culminating moon. So this is completing this entire year for us, kind of putting a cap on all that has occurred. This is a very culminating period and culminating week. You may have found that your emotions are also kind of all over the place this month, and this may still occur as we move through December itself, that our emotions are very up and down and all over, just no rhyme or reason for them. This is being propelled by all of the alignments taking place that are moving us into this new space. So we're simultaneously releasing a huge old chapter, an old paradigm through us. And then we're welcoming in this completely new cycle, this completely new, bigger picture for our lives. So with that can come a lot of adjustments, a lot of recalibration, not only for our external world, but within, on our emotions and our thought cycles, and our energy bodies as well. So there's a lot that's taking shape right now. So if you find that you're in that space, just remember the bigger picture to really gain perspective of what's actually occurring. So if you have an off day this month, which can occur because there's some really powerful, intense things happening right now in the skies, that this is happening, that this large cycle of completion is happening, and we're entering this completely new cycle. So your body needs time to recalibrate to all that. Your emotions need time to recalibrate. So if you need space, if you need time to really step back and maybe spend some time with yourself, or reassess what your routines are for your day and for your week. Are you in need of a different shift in your routine? Is there something that your body, your energy, your emotions, your mind is calling for that you're not necessarily tending to right now? Maybe there's a reassessment to how you're taking care of your body, what you're feeding it, what you're putting into your body, how you're moving your body, what time you are going to bed, how much sleep you are getting. So all these areas can be looked at to refine your temple, to really refine how you are feeling. Because when we really take care of our physical form, this can affect all of the other layers, can affect our emotions, our thoughts, and ultimately our energy and our energy levels. So if there's something that needs tweaking right now, I know the holiday season can be really busy and it can be tricky to look at some of that, but it is a perfect time to do that before we enter this new cycle, and also to support us through this busy time of year. That if we tweak something, maybe it's going out for a walk every single day, even if it's just for 5 minutes, if it's too cold outside, or maybe tweaking something in your diet to have a little bit lighter vibrational foods that your body needs to acclimate and recalibrate to all this new energy and light that's coming in. Or maybe it's going to bed earlier, or shutting off your technology sooner, or maybe taking technology breaks if you're finding that your stress is really amped or anxiety is really heightened. That can contribute to that as well. So this is a good period to really take care of yourself as we're entering this new timeline, this new period. It is prepping us to be ready to hold more of our authenticity, more of our most expansive self. Because when we feel good in our physical form, then we can share more of who we are in the world. So I hope you're having a lovely holiday season this month. We are inching closer to the end of this really, really powerful year. And it's a beautiful time of year to really offer all of the gratitude and love and care to the people in our lives, to our family, to our friends. And it's a good reminder of this because we can get so swept up in the busyness of this season and the quickness and the finalization of a year that's moving on its way out, that we can forget that this is a time to also be grateful, to be in a place of care and love for all that is in our life, for everything that we have, for everyone that we're connected to, for all of the blessings that have shaped our year, even amidst the challenges, even amidst the difficulties and the emotional turmoil. We have always had gifts. We have always had periods that have shown up that we are so supported in so many ways. And this is not ending. This will continue on into the new year, that you are unbelievably supported and loved. And I want you to know that I'm grateful for you for listening and your interest in this channel and in this work. and I appreciate you and your path as well. If you need additional support at this time, I offer remote and in-person sessions in Arizona. You can go to entelechivisions.com to learn more and to schedule there. Feel free to reach out to me, as I always love to hear from you. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and thank you for listening.